Hello, I'm Blaine. For years, humans always had a niche for adventure. Whether it was in a field of research or a physical trip, I've never tried to get rid of the feeling. Less fear of flying or of the unknown, I'm sure you have somewhere you want to go to, either being the Buckingham Palace of London or the glaciers in Alaska. It's always one's dream to go to their favorite place. Surely now, you all know that the main transport in which to get to these places is traveling in an airplane. So let me, after a decade and a half of traveling in airplanes, prepare you for flying if you haven't already, as well as the precautions for a flight. It will consist of 4 stages: preparation, riding, weighing and loading, and on board. Or a pro is what you will be after understanding the stages. First, we start with preparation. Pack what you need. The crucial thing is to make sure you only bring what you need. This includes both your carry-on and checked bags, as one has a limit on size and the latter has a limit on weight. Side note, on most flights you may check a bag as well as bring 2 bags onto the airplane, or a carry-on as they're called. Most airlines limit you to a small and a medium-sized bag that fit into certain dimensions. Your checked luggage is the more heavier of the two with a max weight of 50 pounds. Unless you want to pay a good amount of money for an extra pound or 2, then it's free. With this understood, you may now start putting all your essentials, i.e. soaps, toothpaste, and water into your luggage. Please do not put any liquids or gels in your carry-ons that reach 3.4 ounces or higher. Why, I don't know. Also bag the liquids, even if they're already in a container. The final step, or maybe the first if you want to be sure, is to plan the flight. You usually want to plan a flight at least a couple days before the actual plane, though it's truly hard to find one days before. Possibly the shortest of the 4, in terms of steps at least, is riding. Basically, make sure you know where the airport is, as well as the terminal and gate you are going to according to which airline you picked. This also includes your parking spot. Yes, parking spots are pretty pricey, so I suggest having someone drop you off and pick you up. Next, the stressful and most dodgy of the 4, weighing and loading, when entering the airport through whichever terminal. Side note, if any do not know, a terminal is a large section of an airport with multiple gates labeled in letters, with parking spots with each airplane labeled in numbers. Say B2 for Gate B and Spot 2. With getting to the airport, you will have to check your bags, simply by going to your respective airline counter and giving the clerks your bag as they weigh for more than 50 pounds. Next is getting through airline security, the most painful of all steps. Now, I can't express how much awesome pre-TSA checking is, seriously. Usually you will have to take off your shoes and unpack your electronics. With a pre-TSA check, you don't have to do any of that. At the security check, you have to provide a valid form of identification, which includes but not limits to U.S. passport, U.S. military ID, or government-issued passport, though I'm pretty sure most of you would just give U.S. passport. Next is getting to the gate on your ticket. Talking about tickets, you can print one before getting to the airport, or one will be printed for you at the bag check-in. Also arrive a good half hour to an hour early to get through all this mess and not miss your flight. When you get to your plane, all you have to do is wait for boarding to start. The last and most easy stage, on board. Just sit in the seat that is labeled on your ticket. Usually airplanes consist of rows of 6, from letter A to F, with rows themselves numbered. When seating yourself, you can find yourself in 3 kinds of seats. Window, my personal favorite, middle, honestly the worst, and edge for those who like legroom. Also, if you get a seat on the wing, you won't notice turbulence as much, so you get a smoother ride. Pro tip, if you ride Southwest, you get to pick your seats, but you are ordered on early, you get your ticket and lumped into groups around of 10. So if you order a seat early, you get first dibs on any seat basically. Rule 1 on an airplane is to put any electronic on airplane mode, but some airlines now have onboard services where you can watch movies on your device for free, which is pretty good. Another deterrent of boredom that airlines provide is a seat screen, where you can also watch movies and listen to radio channels and such. You can also provide yourself with entertainment, of course. Bringing a book or a handheld device in your carry-on can help pass time. Of course, sleeping is always a viable option. I've been on 2 flights that have lasted for longer than 15 hours, one being 15 hours and the other 18, and I was even provided in both with blankets and pillows. Them being Sydney, Australia, and Osaka, Japan, both being my favorite trips. Greatly recommend them. When departing from the plane, make sure you bring everything that you brought on. The last thing you want to happen is that you left your bag full of identifications and money when you're in a foreign land. Also, if you've flown outside the country and not into US owned countries, then you will need to provide your US passport and customs form, one which the airline will give you on the flight over. After this, all you have to do is claim your baggage at the specified carousel and walk outside and call an Uber or something.